All right, week 2, Ravens flock, we're here. This week, we're heading up to Houston to face off against Deshaun Watson and the Texans. It should be a good game. Now, before we start, I want to say this to Texans fans. I've seen a lot of negativity from the fan base this past week. They've looked at this matchup, and a lot of them have given up hope. Many of them expect themselves to get blown out by Baltimore. I've seen a lot of fans just saying we're going to lose by 30 on Sunday, and they've just frankly given up on this week, and they're looking forward to week 3. Texas fans, I understand the frustrations with the situation going on with your team. I understand how the defense has been terrible. I understand how the loss of DeAndre Hopkins clearly showed against the Chiefs back in week 1. I understand your frustrations, but you got to have hope. You got to have hope. If anything, put your hope in Deshaun Watson, because he's shown he's an elite quarterback. And time again, he has delivered for this team. Now, you're going up against a tough team in Baltimore, so it's not going to be easy. But just put your faith in Deshaun Watson and hope he can find a way to deliver you this win. Have some faith. Yes, we saw how Baltimore started in week 1, but that does not mean they're going to go out there and play like that in week 2. Just have some faith in Deshaun Watson. You guys have a good shot to win this game. Let's just see what happens. Now, let's talk about this game. Matchups. Offensively, who has the edge? I would have to say Baltimore. When you look at the quarterbacks, I feel like they're about even between Lamar and Deshaun. I don't really do this whole like, oh, this guy is severely better than this guy, or he's way better. No. Once you're considered an elite quarterback, I put you all in the same room. So I expect you guys to play at a high level. And Lamar and Deshaun are both elite quarterbacks. They can play at a high level from week to week. So I expect both of them to show up and play at an elite level on Sunday. So I say they're about even. When you look at the receiving core, you might want to give an edge to the Texans. Most people look at these rosters and say you might want to give an edge to the Texans, but I would not sleep on these receivers, especially not Hollywood Brown. You wouldn't sleep on Hollywood Brown. You wouldn't sleep on Mark Andrews. And, you know, there's more to come. Devin Duvernay, which I saw what Lamar was talking about in his press conference today, and he's trying to keep Devin Duvernay quiet. He doesn't want to talk about his game. And they're probably looking to get him more involved in the offense as the weeks come. He's got speed, so he could also be a threat. So I understand that the Ravens receiving core right now, in terms of the public and how they look, they're not spectacular, but I wouldn't sleep on them. So I guess you can get the edge to the Texans right now, since they got more known receivers. You got Brandon Cooks, you got Randall Cobb, you know, you got a couple guys there. So yeah, you might give them the edge, but they got to catch, and especially they got to get open against the Ravens secondary, which is going to be difficult. Then you look at the offensive line, it's not even close. Now, Stanley is injured right now. I do not know if he's going to play for Sunday, and that is scary, because if he's missing, that's a huge hole in our offensive line. But if he's playing on Sunday, it's no competition. Our offensive line is better than the Houston Texans offensive line, no question. Lamar is going to get time to throw. Deshaun's going to be dealing with pressure. Hopefully that offensive line shows up for week 2, but based on what we saw in week 1 against that Chiefs front seven, it was not fun. So it may be a long day for Deshaun Watson if his offensive line cannot protect him. Then you look at the run game. Again, I'm going to give the edge to Baltimore there. Specifically, you look at Mark Ingram, Gus Edwards, J.K. Dobbins, and Justice Hill. He's getting healthy, so we may see him out there on Sunday. I just think they got a better overall running core than what the Texans have. Plus, I believe Duke Johnson's also injured, so it's really going to be a lot of carries for David Johnson, which, I mean, he could go off. Who knows? I just feel like the Ravens' running game is better. Then you look defensively, no competition from the front 7 to the pass rush to the secondary. The Ravens are just better than the Texans' defense, which means it's going to be a harder time for Deshaun Watson to be able to produce than it will be for Lamar to produce on that Texans defense. Now, again, if the Texans defense can show up and pressure Lamar Jackson, they've got a chance to win. But again, when you're dealing with an elite quarterback, whether you have a good or a bad defense, they're going to make plays, especially when you're dealing with a mobile quarterback. And with a guy like Lamar, whether he's running or throwing the ball, he's going to make plays, he's going to get down the field, and he's going to put up points. So that defense is going to have to find a way to do something here. Meanwhile, with our defense, man, they don't give a lot of points. The last time they gave up like 40 points was against Cleveland back in week 4. Since then, they have not given up 40 points. Heck, they haven't even given up 30 points. Even in the playoff loss they had to the Titans, they only gave up 28. This defense doesn't give up 30 points. So if the Texans are going to win, they're going to have to find a way to limit Baltimore's offense. The Texans don't need to score 30 points to win this game, but they need to find a way to slow down that Ravens offense. It's going to be a tough job. Now, how do I see this going? How can the Ravens win this game? As I always say, play to your strengths, run our offense, and do what we do. Defensively, I know this defense is not going to give up 30-plus points. I have confidence in them not giving up 30-plus points. And offensively, I have confidence in them putting up points. Run the football. Let's see, get Ingram involved. Continue to get J.K. Dobbins involved. He got 2 touchdowns in week 1. We want to continue to get this rookie involved because right now, I'm liking what I'm seeing from J.K. Dobbins, man. He's got strength. He's got speed. I love what I'm seeing from him. So, we'll see how that works out in week 2. Also, try to give Gus some more carries, and we'll see what happens with Justice. I doubt he's going to get a lot of carries on Sunday, but we'll see. Mostly, I want to see you guys get J.K. Dobbins involved a lot early because if he can really get it going, man, J.K. Dobbins in the backfield, oh my God, that would be beautiful. But yeah, Baltimore offensively, run to your strengths, run the football, put the ball in Lamar's hands, let him make magic down the field to his receivers, get Hollywood Brown involved. Obviously, we know he's going to go off. Mark Andrews, obviously, is going to get involved. Let's see if we can get Boykin a little bit more involved in week 2, and I want to see what they're going to do with Devin Duvernay in the passing game. I want to see how they slowly integrate him into this offense. Obviously, Willie Snead is also going to be involved as well. He's always going to find a way to get catches. That's just what he does. He gets open. So these receivers they're going to have quite a tough time against the Texans secondary, but for the most part, I believe in our matchup, being able to beat that secondary, get open, and catch passes from Lamar Jackson down the field. So we'll see how that goes. Defensively, again, defense, do your thing. One thing I want to see improve from week 1, I need to see this run defense be better. Week 1, I understand you're going up against Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, but I believe we gave up over 5 yards per attempt to the Cleveland Browns. We can't have that. You cannot give up 5 yards a carry. That's way too much. That's not good. We've invested a lot into fixing our front 7 to stop the run. So I'm not over here like overreacting. It's week 1. You still got some work to do. This is a new front 7, a new defensive line. You added pieces there. Obviously, it's going to take time for them to adjust, but I expect to see them perform better at stopping the run in week 2 than I saw from them in week 1, because week 1 was it was kind of a preseason game, kind of getting yourself ready. Not to disrespect the Cleveland Browns. To the Cleveland Browns, that was also a preseason game because you're just testing a lot of things out and trying to get your offense up. But for the most part, it felt like for every team in the National Football League in week 1, it was more of a preseason game to see what you can do, your strengths, your weaknesses, what you can get going, what you need to work on, the improvements, the issues you have to fix throughout the season. It felt like that. So week 2, if there's anything I need to see in terms of improvement from the Ravens, that run defense needs to be better. As for the pass rushing, I'm liking what I'm seeing from Patrick Queen. He came up and he showed out. He got a sack. He forced the fumble. I'm liking what I'm seeing. I think he also led all Ravens defenders in tackles in week 1. So I like that. Patrick Queen's a beast. He's doing his thing. I'm also seeing Malik Harris. When Harris is getting out there, he's getting involved. I believe he tipped one of Baker's passes in week 1 that would have been picked off by Chuck Clark, but Chuck Clark didn't catch it. Smartest player on the defense, but he's got suspect hands. Such a shame. But yeah, I believe that was Malik Harris who was the one who tipped that ball up that ended up almost getting picked up by Chuck Clark. So yeah, Harrison, let's see if we can get him a little bit more involved on that defense. And yeah, for the most part, our secondary is nothing to worry about. Though I believe Jimmy Smith's also dealing with injuries, still dealing with that back injury, because that was something that we saw him dealing with coming into the Browns game. But yeah, we'll just have to see how Jimmy Smith. We'll have to see how Jimmy Smith goes. I'm sorry, I was thinking about Jimmy Butler for a second. I'm a Miami Heat fan, so obviously yesterday's game was amazing, so I almost called Jimmy Smith Jimmy Butler. But yeah, we'll see how Jimmy Smith progresses throughout the week, but honestly, that secondary should still be fine. You still got Marlon Humphrey, you still got Marcus Peters, you still got Tavon Young, you still got Chuck Clark, you still got Deshaun Elliott. We're fine, okay? You're fine. So yeah, let's switch over to the Texans. What do they need to do in order to win this game? Offensively, you got to put up points. Most importantly, the Texans have to find their deep ball. They need to be able to get downfield passing, because what I saw from the Texans week 1, they couldn't move the ball down the field. Deshaun Watson couldn't find anybody downfield. In fact, they weren't even taking shots down the field, which is very odd for a Texans offense led by Deshaun Watson, if you've watched the Texans offense, their strength is throwing the ball down the field. Deshaun Watson is one of the best deep ball throwers in the league, and in week 1, they barely made that attempt against the Chiefs defense. Credit to the Chiefs defense, they were not giving up anything in that secondary. But still, you gotta take those shots down the field. So I'm looking to see if this Texans offense can do that. They need to do that against this Ravens defense, which will not be easy against arguably the best secondary in the NFL, but they're gonna have to find that. Also, they're gonna have to get the run game going. With David Johnson, you're gonna have to see, he's gonna have a lot of carries in this game. Run the football, get the ball down the field, and find a way to score points on this Ravens defense. Defensively for the Texans, you've got to find any way possible to stop Lamar Jackson from getting in the rhythm. Because once Lamar Jackson gets in the rhythm, it's game over. If you force him out of his rhythm, it's going to be a problem. You make it a lot easier for you to stop him, or at least try to slow him down if you force him out of his rhythm. Now, of course, even when he's out of his rhythm, he's one of the best athletes on the field. So even if he's out of his rhythm, he's going to find a way to make a play with his arm or make a play with his leg. That's just how it does. That's just how he is. That's what he does. That's why he's one of the best in the game. That's why he's an elite athlete. So even when he's out of rhythm, he'll find a way to make plays. But at least when he's out of rhythm, you've got a better chance to stop him. When he's in rhythm, he's just going to kill you. If he has time to sit in that pocket and throw the ball down the field, oh, he's going to carve up your defense. And if you back up and give him the run, oh my God, he's going to take off. So like I'm saying, the best chance you've got is to try and stop Lamar Jackson. If you can limit him, get him out of his rhythm, and hopefully stop him from making any plays outside of the pocket, you've got a good shot. Also, you got to find a way to slow down the Ravens' run game. One thing they did not show in week 1 was the run game. Cleveland did a good job stopping the run for the most part, but Baltimore wasn't even really looking to run that much in week 1. They were looking to throw the ball down the field, which they did. So, yeah, that Texas defense, it starts with trying to limit Lamar Jackson. We'll see what they can do there. Now, conclusions. My final predictions. Who's going to win this game? I'm picking the Ravens. I'm going to pick the Ravens to win this game 34-24 against the Texans. I believe Lamar Jackson is going to have another great performance. 3, maybe 4 touchdown passes. Who knows? I also believe, I think Ingram's going to get his first touchdown of the season here. So I can see, I can see possibly like a 3 or a 4 touchdown game from Lamar Jackson, and then a rushing touchdown from Mark Ingram. Who knows how that's going to be, you know? Yeah, I'll definitely say Ingram. I'm going to put Ingram this week. We saw J.K. Dobbins. He's definitely going to get more touches, and I expect to see a lot of great runs from him against the Texans defense, but I believe Ingram's going to get his touchdown for the 2020 season against the Texans week 2. So that's my predictions. Though then again, if I say 5 total touchdowns, that's like 35 points, but you know what I mean. Like, I'm just estimating 3 to 4 total touchdowns for Lamar Jackson, and maybe a touchdown run here from Mark Ingram. So yeah, 34-24. I got the Ravens winning. I got them going up 2-0 to start the season, and then after that, it's time to prepare for Kansas City Monday Night Football. So I also believe for the Texans, Deshaun Watson, he's going to show out. He's going to throw a couple touchdown passes. David Johnson's going to get a rushing touchdown, and they're going to try and keep it close. But at the end of the day, they're not going to be able to score much on that Ravens defense. So 34-24. Ravens, they're going to go up 2-0. The Texans are going to fall 0-2, and they're going to have to figure something out. As for the Ravens, they're going to have to start preparing for week 3 because Kansas City comes into Baltimore Monday Night Football, and this will be the test of the season. I honestly believe that week 3 matchup is going to be crucial in terms of who wins the 1 seed in the AFC. So that's all I got. Week 2 predictions. I can't wait for this game. It should be fantastic. That's all I got, and I'm out of here. Peace. Go Ravens!